We got your full house tonight.
Sweet.
It's all for you. It's all for you.
Yeah, not for Coach.
Nah.
It's all for you. And the mustache, you know. Yeah.
All right. Sports and teams you enjoyed watching growing up.
Ooh. Well, I'm a big Bengals fan, and so I've been a Bengals fan my whole life, and that's been good and bad, honestly. We haven't been the best team forever, but I've been a diehard Bengals fan. I always will be, and because Carson Palmer used the QB back then, and so I just had to jump on it quick. And I had a huge the fat heads, little stickers you put on the walls. I had a huge one of those in my room too as a kid. But yeah, I grew up, Jazz fan too as a kid, going to Jazz games a bunch, and just never had a baseball team though, but Bengals and Jazz for sure.
Kalani had a Cincy connection.
Yeah, I was there for a short minute, but you could have been wearing my jersey number. No,
I should have.
But we agree on the Jazz too, so everybody jump on it.
Mm-hmm. You were at Timpview High School before you went to American Fork High School. Then it was time to have a college choice. What were you thinking at the time about the right thing to do and who was after you?
Well, the big things for me coming out of high school and college, I wanted a place where I could play early as a freshman and get experience and just get a chance to get better, because I feel like the more reps you get, especially in game too, is just the best way to get better as a player and just getting that experience. And somewhere that has good academics, a good school where I can get a good degree for my future after football, and just like my connection with the coaches as well, and things that that was important to me, just so I could enjoy my time there and being there with them. And so I went to UCLA at a high school first, and coming down to it was between like UCLA, BYU, and a couple other schools, and just UCLA, I had that chance to go in as a freshman and play early, and so that's kind of why I made that decision to go there. And it worked out well, and I got a lot of opportunity to get on the field as a freshman and sophomore, and it was a good learning experience for me, kind of being outside of my shell growing up as a kid in Utah. And so it was good for me to just make friends out there and get that experience under Chip Kelly too, and a lot of good coaches that they had there, and just a lot of high level experience so it's that's what I was mainly looking for though.
Eventually you wanted to come back to the state though. What brought you back?
We had a lot of stuff happen my sophomore year at UCLA, like just a lot of coaching switches. Coach Kelly, he was on his way out. I could kind of feel it a little bit, like he was like just kind of the vibe of how the team was, and just the staff and just things that I'd heard. And so I was looking for an opportunity to kind of take the next step for my career too, and just kind of build my role as a tight end. I was a really big blocker at UCLA, and I've always been proud of being a blocking tight end. And I wanted the opportunity to get the ball and be a receiving tight end too, and develop that part of my game, and kind of showcase that for the next level as well. And that kind of put the idea of going to the transfer portal for me. And after I entered the portal, I had heard from a few different schools, and kind of two of the main ones were Utah and BYU that I was hearing from. And at the time, I think Coach Clark just left like right before the transfer portal opened, so I didn't have any like avenue to talk to people here, and so I didn't give BYU the opportunity to talk to like I should have, honestly, because I wish I came here last year. Like that's kind of one of my biggest regrets. Not biggest regrets, but just like hindsight's always 20/20. And I'm grateful for my time at Utah though. Like I learned a lot there and made a lot of connections, like coaches and players, some like lifelong friends that I'll always be.
And Kalani, during this entire time that Carson's talking about, were you kind of keeping an eye, knowing he was out there? And
I've known about this guy since he was a baby. So, you know his family, and he comes from an amazing family on both his mother and father's side. And so we've kind of watched him grow up. And when he was, we liked him from 8th grade. Yeah. So 9th grade, we liked him from an early age. And his football IQ was ridiculous because his dad's a coach and has that background. And so you can see that he understood the game, and there's a reason why he was one of the top tight ends in the country. And so we already had a relationship and developed. As we were looking to it, he just wanted something else. When he went to UCLA, there was no harsh feelings or anything like that. We were actually cheering for him while he was out there. He's doing some really cool things. And when the opportunity to get him here, we were trying our best. I'm always going to try to swing and try to recruit as much as I can. But, after he went to the portal again, it's kind of like Gentry, where it's like, maybe this is this is the time for it, and it just worked out perfectly. And he's a complete tight end. He's been that way from the very beginning. And I mentioned earlier in the show that he can block, but his leadership is unbelievable, and the team loves him. I mean, you look at, there's a reason why he was named a co-captain for us, and that's hard to do when you just showed up in January. So, but he's got all the tools and the genetics and the makeup. He's built for all of this, and I'm glad I get him finally.
Cougar Nation is really happy you're here, and it sounds like you're happy to be part of Cougar Nation too.
Yeah, no, I'm super grateful for the opportunity Coach Kalani and the entire staff has given me and letting me join the team for the season and just coming here. It's been just such a blessing in my life, and being able to be part of this team and something special we got going on, and just all the stuff that I've learned in my short time here, just as a player and as a being able to having the opportunity to be a leader as well, and just kind of stepped into that role. I wasn't really expecting to kind of step into that too much, just kind of knowing that like I'm the new guy,
yeah.
transfer, like
right.
You kind of have to earn your spot on the team, kind of show that you belong here, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. And I expected kind of I'm more of like a leader by example type guy too. I'm not super loud or talkative, especially on like social media and stuff. I'm just not a very loud person. I don't like putting myself out there a ton. So it's kind of harder for me, but BYU's been a great place for me to kind of step out of my shell a little bit and kind of force myself to be more vocal on the team, especially for the offense, just kind of being a leader that we needed to step up and kind of bring the guys up, and just it's just been a great opportunity for me to learn how to do that and put myself out there a little more.
Well, now you're part of BYU's tight end tradition, and I can't go to break, and we have to go to break, but really quickly, how was it to play in a game against your former team and come out the winner on Saturday night?
It was a great feeling. We all wanted that win bad, and I wanted that win really bad too. And just playing against your old team, it's always like you gotta show out and kind of perform, like go out and perform, and just show them like, hey, you missed me a little bit. So I was played with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, and so it was good to go out and get that win. And just, a lot of my friends are still on that team too, so kind of seeing them out there, talking a little crap to each other on the field, like it was a fun game. It was fun to be out there, and it was fun last year too, just being in a big rivalry game like that. They're
nothing
always
like it. Yeah,
they're always special.
All right, we got more.